Welcome back guys to a brand new week of behind the scenes at Solent Turf, where we're trying to add on a landscaping merchants to a 50-year-old turf farm. We got another busy week in store. I'm Jack, he's George, and this is Building a Family Business, Episode 5. Cue the music. See by the coat that I'm rocking, well, which has actually got the old branding on, so just ignore that. But the weather has changed, the rain is now back, the temperature's definitely feeling colder as well. That's another element for us to now deal with. We're expecting that all the remaining leaves on the trees are going to start falling off very fast. Now it's turning colder, so that's going to keep us very busy, keeping on top of that, which has got to be, I reckon, probably my least favourite job to do. Leaf favourite? I didn't even mean to say that. Least favourite job to do. It's just soul destroying, it's time consuming, and as quick as you're picking them up, they're just falling down behind you. You come back in the following day and it looks like you haven't even done anything. So I'm not looking forward to that. I can't wait for them to just all be down, collected and done with it for another year. We've had a productive start to the week so far. My dad was already loaded last week, so he got off early with a full load that he's gone down to Bournemouth with. George has just left with a load on. We've been busy getting some turf cut first thing. But I'm just going to get the harvester fired back up again now, get another load cut for my dad to come back in and pick up, and George should be back in shortly after him as well.
Just ran over a glass bottle on the entrance as well.
How many rounds you getting over the weekend?
Huh?
How many rounds you getting over the weekend?
One.
Just one? Oh, what you shoot?
2 under.
2 under?
Four swings with Mitch.
Huh?
Playing 4 swings with Mitch, alternate shot.
So you didn't shoot 2 under?
No, we did.
As a group? As between as a pair?
Yeah, 1 ball.
Yeah, so you didn't shoot 2 under?
No, but that's harder than doing it on your own.
Well, is it?
Yeah, way harder.
I want to film every Monday until that you personally hit level par or under.
Well, that'll be next week.
What's your golf tip of the week?
Stay focused. Stay healthy.
How many times in your career do you think you've walked around a pallet of turf?
Millions.
Is this what you dreamed of doing when you were at school?
Yeah. It's beyond my wildest dreams. I didn't think I had the potential to do this.
I mentioned in a previous episode that we were talking to another turf farmer about us potentially working together and them helping us out when our fields get too wet. Well, sure enough, 24 hours of rain, our fields are too wet. So we got a load being brought down tomorrow from them. It's actually the second load that we would have had off of them now. And the turf looks really good. So I think it could be a really good partnership actually. Like, it means that we can provide our customers with a consistent quality product all year round without getting too affected by the weather. But it feels a little bit weird today because obviously we will be starting to prep this afternoon for stuff that's going out tomorrow, but there isn't anything that we need to harvest, so it's a bit of a feels a little bit weird. It's also given us a little bit of breathing space, which is nice because it's been absolutely manic the last 2-3 weeks. So we're around at one of our fields at the moment, just clearing out of here, picking all the pallets up, and some machinery we've got parked around here. My dad's loading some on the lorry now. He's going to take another load of pallets back out. And in this one, we've still got a little bit of turf left to cut, but we're pretty much ready to just hand straight back when we finish cutting the last bit of turf then. So yeah, all in all, I like it. I think working with another farm in the winter is going to be a good step for us. It will also mean that if we're quieter cutting the turf, we can actually focus on this landscape merchants that we're supposed to be launching. You've got a licence to drive that? Go rolling now, are you? Bit wet for that though.
Toast up better that way around.
We had a frost last night, the first one of the year. Absolutely freezing out here this morning. So obviously we can't harvest the turf while the frost is on it, so we're just waiting for it to clear. I'm going to carry on moving some equipment out of this field whilst I wait for it. We've come on in our big John Deere just to pick the plough up. I'm going to move that out first. Then depending on how quickly it falls, I just keep running back and forth, clearing some equipment out. Both lorries are currently out on delivery, and they're going to have to come back in and wait around and help me for a minute, I think, because this doesn't look like it's going to clear anytime soon. We've now got the wheel back off of that set of mowers that I damaged. Looks like he's managed to straighten it, so I'm going to drop it over to our tyre fitter, see if he can put a tyre on it and get it to hold some air. And also, I don't know if you can see, it's snowing this morning, which is very rare down in Southampton. I can't believe how much it's snowing. That's a bit of a spanner in the works. I didn't see that one coming. Potentially the turf might not fall out at all today now. Crazy how quick things change. Last week it was still so warm, it felt like the summer. Now it's freezing, then it's snowing. Me and George had a good brainstorming session last night, trying to map out the next couple of years for the business and put a bit of a strategy in place. My mum, bless her, she's quite keen to retire. So we're trying to look at how we can make that happen for her and how the structure of the company would potentially look once she's gone. And the company afford to invest in new people that we would need to grow this company. So yeah, that was really good to just get out of a work environment and sit down and brainstorm for a couple of hours. It's just trying to get over that mental hurdle that in order to grow the business, you're gonna have to take some steps backwards. You always find when you look at a small family run business that everybody's overworking and not really taken much out of the business, so your cash flow is always really good and the profitability is high. In order to grow and invest in things like new people and new equipment, it ultimately squeezes the cash flow. So it's just trying to get over that mental block that in order to go to the next level, it's going to be a little bit of pain to go through. I just done a little delivery in the Ranger, just dropped 9 square metres off. Shout out to George on that one, who delivered the wrong pallet to the customer yesterday. Which, to be fair, in the last 10 years, that's the first time that's happened. So I had to drop in a bottle of wine with them rolls as well. I've just dropped the tyres off as well into the tyre fitter. They think that wheel will be alright, so I was wrong in my estimation. So going back to my can Luke fix it feature, yes he can. I've just got back to the turf field. We have got turf we're supposed to be harvesting today, but at the minute it's not looking promising. I'd say that's a write-off for the day, to be honest. Can't see that's going to clear now. This is getting me quite excited though for January. Me and George have booked to go away snowboarding. We've been so busy I forgot all about it, to be honest. So seeing the snow this morning, getting me very excited. Just come back up the field to see how things are looking for tomorrow. And typical England, never would have known it snowed. I'm off tomorrow afternoon. I'm in the office all morning, but my dad and George will be over to cut some turf. I'm ashamed to say that I'm out on a spa afternoon treating my partner for her birthday. We can only imagine how well that went down with my dad. So I left it down to George to get the footage on Friday when I was away at the spa day, and he's gone and forgot to get the camera out all day, so we didn't get any footage for the Friday. So I thought, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you a behind the scenes exclusive of something me and my dad went and looked at a couple of weeks ago. And one of the big challenges we face is always trying to find new land, whether that's buy new land or rent new land to produce the turf on. So a couple of weeks ago we went and looked at 2 pieces. The first bit was a piece of land that was up for rent. There's about 100 acres there altogether, which was the perfect location. It was only literally 2 minutes from where our yard is. So having the machinery up there and moving back and forth between the yard and the field would have been absolutely ideal. We went up and had a look. I'll overlay some of the footage in. Unfortunately with that piece, we decided that the ground was just too wet for us to be able to do anything with. It was real borderlines whether we could make it work or not. We were thinking maybe we could use it as a summer field, so during the drier months it would be okay. But in the end I just felt that it was going to be so wet during the winter that we were going to lose the quality on the turf, and it would be too much work to bring it back again in the spring to get it ready to cut for the summer. So unfortunately we've decided that that one is not going to work for us. But then there was a second piece of land that we went to look at, and this piece of land was actually for sale. So me and my dad went to have a look around it. Again, it was about 100 acres, I think that was off the top of my head. And this bit got me really excited, because this would be an absolutely perfect piece of land for us to grow the turf on. Got the sandy conditions all over it, so it was really free draining. We had access to water there, so we could get proper irrigation set up. There was space so we could put a yard in, we could put barns up. So we're really excited about this piece. I did get some videos of me and my dad having a look around, so we'll cut to that now. I don't think it looks too wet. Only the trackway driveway going through, where they've been running on it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Dry, isn't it?
It's dry, isn't it? Considering all that rain we've had.
Yeah.
Have a dig with this, see what it's like.
Yeah. I think so.
Do the job. We've been and looked at quite a lot of ground over the last few years. I've got to say, I think this is the best bit we've seen yet. There's so much that has to be right for us. We need it to be the right type of soil, not too stony, not too flinty. It needs to be fairly level. It needs to be in the right area with a good access so that we can get the lorries and the customers in and out. So it's not that straightforward for us to find a bit that works. But this looks quite promising. It's just always a bit weird when you come out and look at land, because these land agents are shady people. It never really goes on the open market. They always say, oh, it's a bit hush-hush, so don't tell anyone what you're doing. You almost feel like you're doing something wrong when you come out and you're looking about, waiting for someone to start shooting at us or something. But no, this is good. This could be really promising. It just depends what money they want for it and what the situation is. A lot of this stuff gets done behind closed doors, so you don't really get to know the full story of what's happening. It's a big old field though. got 3 of them out here. There's one over the other side of the hedge and then the other side of the road. It's a third one. So yeah, that was the second piece we looked at, and I am excited to share with you guys. We have actually submitted an offer on that piece of ground. So we're still waiting to hear back. So fingers crossed we can get an offer accepted, and I truly believe that is going to be massive for the business going forward if it comes off. Anyway guys, that's it for another week. I'm going to sign out now. I hope you've all had a fantastic week. I hope you've enjoyed episode 5 of Building a Family Business, and I'll see you on the next one.